Hello dear students, welcome to your accountancy class. What we are doing today? Today we are going to take two sums on the statement of profit and loss account. Okay, so this is the vertical format for the preparation of the P&L account. According to the Companies Act, now it is mandatory to prepare the financial statements of a company into vertical format only. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ರಿ P&L ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಟಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ, where you used to debit all the expenses and losses and you used to credit all the incomes and gains. But ಈಗ ಕಂಪನಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ನಿರ್ದೇಶ ಐತಿ that the accounts financial statement should and must be prepared in the vertical format only. So today we are going to take two sums on this segment and then this chapter will be completed. Okay, so format ನಲ್ಲಿ again ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, relevant items only ತಗೋತೀವಿ. When we were studying the sums on balance sheet, ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಿ, that how many items are there into your question, depending upon that only you should write down the items. Now to be very honest, balance sheet ದಾಗ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವು. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ ದಾಗ ಅಂತ ಬರೀ ಏನು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಹೆಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. If we speak about the income, in income we are having only two categories, revenue from operations and other income. Okay, so it's very easy to remember. ನೀವು ಏನು ಆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀರಿ, that is sales, that will be recorded into your revenue from operations. ಇದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾರೆ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಆಗಕತ್ತೈತಿ, other than the sales, the direct income from your business activities, there are any other income. You had extra money, you have invested it into shares, you have kept it as deposits, or any other way you are earning some income that will be shown under other heading, that is other income. Right now we have not written it because there is no item into that. Then if we speak about expenses, by large there are only 5 headings, which are those: cost of material consumed, employee benefit expenses, finance cost, depreciation and amortization, and the last one is the other expenses. Okay, so in that way also P&L account memorization is very easy. Again, in question paper they will not put all the items, so ನೀವು ಯಾವ items ಬರ್ಕೋತೀರಿ, relevant items only. This kind of question will come into your exam for 6 months. ಕೇಳೇ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಬಂದ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ exam ದಾಗ. Okay, so let us read what I am taking right now. Right now I am taking illustration number 8, which is given on your page number 168. After this I will solve a question from question bank. Okay, so what they are saying, see, from the following particulars prepare statement of profit and loss for the year ending 31st March 2013. Okay, so we have prepared the statement of profit and loss. Okay, the name of company is not given, for the year ending 31st March 2013. Now they have given us various balances and their debit credit amount have been given. So let us read and understand. First item ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, plant and machinery. It is very important to understand that ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ದಾಗ ಏನೇ ಐಟಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ಅಂತ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲರೇ ಫಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡೋದೈತಂತ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ. Understand the nature of the item, whether it's a balance sheet item or a P&L item. Understand, if it is related to your question, then only you have to record it. What if it is not related? You shouldn't record it. ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ, ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೇ ಬರೆಯಬೇಕಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರೇ ಫಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರೋ, they'll end up losing the marks. Okay, so first item only what it is given, say plant and machinery. Now plant and machinery is a fixed asset. It's a balance sheet item. It won't be recorded into your P&L account unless and until any depreciation adjustment is there. Suppose ನಿಮಗೆ depreciation ಇದೆ ಏನಾರೆ adjustment ಐತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು information important ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. But as far as the item itself is related, it will be not shown anywhere into your P&L account. Next is land. ಇದು fixed asset, tangible asset. So that also won't be recorded into your P&L account. Next, depreciation on plant and machinery. Amount ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟುಬಿಟ್ಟಾರೆ, no percentage. Suppose percentage was given, the earlier information would have become important. So therefore, what is the amount? Say 16,000. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ? ಹೆಡಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ಐತಿ, depreciation and amortization. In that you have to show. Then purchases into bracket adjusted. Okay, so what do you mean by purchases? It is the cost of material that is consumed. Into bracket we have written adjusted purchase. Then closing stock. It is also an asset item and therefore it won't be shown here. Normally suppose raw material was given, purchases was given, then we would have shown it here into the formula. But in the question itself they have told us clearly that this amount whatever is given here, it is already adjusted. Andre formula hachi final amount anna namagu kottaru. So no need to again subtract the closing stock from whatever value is given. That's why this word adjusted becomes important. Okay, so ultimately closing stock ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಬರಿಬಾರದು ಬರೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ then wages. Okay, it is an employee related expenses, so it will go under employee benefit expenses. Sales into bracket net ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರ. What do you mean by net? Net ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ adjustment ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಗಿಸಿ final digit ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. So that we will write down here. Revenue from operations into bracket sales. Then salaries. Salary is an expense related with employee benefit expenses. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು item ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡ್ರಿ here. Ultimately you should remember for this note will be there. Notes to accounts ಅದನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೈತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. If there are important items more than 1 or 2, then only you will put the note. ಪ್ರತಿ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವು note ಹಾಕಂಗಿಲ್ಲ because ultimately this is a question for 6 marks only. It should and must be covered within 10 minutes. Okay. Next, bank overdraft. It is a liability item, so it will go under balance sheet. 10% debentures into bracket issued on 1st April 2012. Amount is equal to rupees 1 lakh. Now debenture holder is the creditor of the business. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀವಿ borrowings, long term borrowings ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀವಿ from the common people. ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತಾರು ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅರ್ನ್ ಮನಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರು 10% ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ಸ್. ನೆನಪ್ಲೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದರ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಇಯರ್ಗೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರು. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ 12 ಮಂತ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆನ್ 1 lakh how much it will become according to 10%? 10,000. It will go into finance cost. Please remember, in finance cost you will record only those items which are on borrowings. Bank charges ಆಯಿತು ಅಥವಾ ಇಂಥದ್ದು ಏನಾರ ಐಟಮ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಐತಿ ಅವು ಯಾವೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನು? ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಶೋ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ ಹೆಡಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅದರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಮೌಂಟೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಡಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಶೋ. ಓಕೆ, so currently the interest on debentures where it will go into finance cost. Next, equity share capital. Here the shares are of rupees 100 each, fully paid. See again it's a balance sheet item, liability side item. So where it will go directly into the balance sheet. Then preference share capital, again 1000 preference shares are there. It is of 6% shares of rupees 100 each. This is also fully paid. Again it is a liability item, it will be not shown anywhere here. Adjustments kotar nodri, equity dividend 10% declared on paid up capital. Now these adjustments effects also will go into a balance sheet only. All the three adjustments, dividend on preference share capital paid in full and rupees 2000 transferred to general reserve. ಇದು ಏನು ಮೂರು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕದಾಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರು. ಮೂರು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದು ಏನು 2 effects ಅದಾವ, ಡಬಲ್ effects. All will be shown into balance sheet. And therefore it will have no effect into our P&L account. So simply ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದೈತಿ, ಏನೇನು ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ವಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಬಿದ್ದಾವ ಅವು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ಕೋತ ಹೋಗೋದೈತಿ. ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ fill in the blanks itself you are going to get 6 marks. Okay, so first item land and building ಬರೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, plant and machinery ಬರೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, depreciation on plant and machinery ಬರಿಬೇಕು. How much it is? It is rupees 16,000. Okay, but again you have to go according to the sequence. So first item ಏನು ಬರೀರಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, sales ಅನ್ನು ಬರೀರಿ. So what is the amount? Amount is equal to rupees 10 lakh. No other item is there. So what is the total income? It is 10. Next is cost of material consumed. ಲೆಕ್ಕದಾಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, purchases into bracket adjusted and ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. So that is equal to rupees 4 lakh. No need to put a note for that. Then employee benefit expenses. As we have seen, 2 items are coming. So give this note 1. Okay, so write down notes to accounts. In that note 1, give the heading employees benefit expenses. Underline and write down the two items that we had read. Okay, first one is wages. So how much is wages? See, wages is equal to rupees 1,20,000. Next is salaries. What is the amount of salary? Salary is equal to rupees 80,000. So total employee ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚು ಆಗಕತೈತಿ? 2 lakh rupees is the expense. Okay? Yes. Write down the amount. Amount is equal to rupees 2 lakh. Next, finance cost. As I have already told you, here what we will show? We will show the interest on debentures. Just for calculation purpose, we will write down this note. Okay? So what we are writing here, we are showing the interest on 10% debentures. So how much it will become? On rupees 1 lakh into 10%. Okay? So in 1 lakh debentures adao adanantru ನೀವು ಏನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸೈಡ್ ದಾಗನ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀರಿ ಬಟ್ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಐತಿ that will be shown here. So that is equal to rupees 10,000. So let us show it here for rupees 10,000. Okay. Next what they are telling, see, next they have given us depreciation on plant and machinery. Just to mention, we'll write on the note. Okay, so write down depreciation and amortization. Underline depreciation on plant and machinery. Calculation in ಏನು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ because the amount is given which is equal to rupees 16,000. Okay. So yes, let us write down 16,000. Okay. Now once check if anything is remaining. Equity share capital, preference share capital ಎರಡು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ ನೋಡಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ದಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಮೂರು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ಅವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ದಾಗನ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ. So now what we are left with, we have to do the total. So do the total of your expenses side. How much it is? It is 6,26,000. 6,26,000. Now what is the next thing? You need to find out the profit. Profit yaವಾಗ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ when your income is greater than your expenses. So here 1 minus 2, profit before tax. 10 lakh minus 6,26,000 is equal to 3,74,000. 3,74,000. Okay. So it's very easy. Now what we will do? We will solve one more question from your question bank. Question bank daginda ಮೊದಲನೇ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ತಗೋನು. Yes. Now what we are doing, see, we are solving our question number 1 from the question bank. In textbook, they haven't given any questions on P&L account. Only one illustration was given that we have taken. And now in our question bank, 6 questions have been given. Out of that, I will be solving only 1 and the remaining 5 questions will stand for your homework. It's very simple, see. What I have done again, I have drawn the format for the statement of profit and loss account. Again, relevant items only are taken into consideration. So let us read the question. I have written down the question bank question here in this small booklet. From the following information, prepare statement of profit and loss for the year ended 31st March 2018 as per schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. So ultimately new format prakarana ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್? ಲೆಟ್ us read out. Revenue from operations. So see, ultimately where it will go? It will go here into your income. Purchase of goods, it is equal to rupees 3 lakh. So where it will go? It will go here. Then salaries to employees, that is employee benefit expenses. Leave encashment, that will also go here only, that is employees benefit expenses. Rent and taxes, all other expenses will go under the heading other expenses. Repairs to machinery also will come under this heading only, that is other expenses. ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರು ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರು 30%. So what you have to do? First you have to do write down the total income, then your profit by subtracting the total income minus total expenses. So ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ? Profit from tax ಸಿಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. Okay, so you have to do the total for that. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ? ಟೋಟಲ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. And ಆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ? ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಏನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ರೇಟ್ ಐತಿ ಕಂಪನಿ ಮೇಲೆ, ಆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ರೇಟಿಗೆ ಹಚ್ಚಿರಿ. And then you will get profit after tax. Okay, so yes, with this let us start solving our sum. Okay, so one by one ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಕ್ವಿಕ್ಲಿ ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡೋಣ. So revenue from operations, it is equal to rupees 5 lakh. No other items have been given, so there is no other income on the income side. So the total of income becomes 5 lakh. Next, purchase of goods. How much it is? It is rupees 3 lakh. Okay. Next, salaries to employees is there, leave encashment is there. That's why we will put a note for this. So write down note 1 for what? For employee benefit expenses. Employee benefit expenses. Okay? Yeah. So whatever will come under this heading, write down salaries to employees. Salaries to employees. How much it is? It is rupees 40,000. Okay, and then leave encashment. Leave encashment. How much it is? It is equal to rupees 10,000. Okay, so yes, what is the amount? See, total amount, it is equal to rupees 50,000. Next and last item is other expenses. It will go here, see. Okay, so other expenses also we will put a note for that. Okay, so write down other expenses. Under other expenses, what are the two items that are coming? First of all, there is rent and taxes. Rent and taxes, which is equal to rupees 30,000. And the last item is repairs to machinery. Repairs to machinery. Okay, how much it is? See, it is equal to rupees 20,000. So take it to the outer column. Total is equal to rupees 50,000. Okay, now transfer this amount 50,000. Now do the total of your expenses. 3 lakh plus 1 lakh is equal to 4 lakh. What we are doing next? See, we are finding out the profit before tax. So 1 minus 2. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ಕಾಣಕತ್ತೈತಿ income is greater than the expense. So there is a profit. What if there is a loss? Suppose loss ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ company tax pay ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, and then it will become 2 minus 1. And this will not become profit. It will become loss. And this adjustment will not come. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ loss ಇದ್ದಾಗ company tax pay ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Profit ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ pay ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So what is the profit before tax? It is equal to rupees 1 lakh. Hang back notice, 5 lakh minus 4 lakh is equal to 1 lakh. Now you have to charge 30% tax on that. So remove 1 zero, it becomes 10%, multiply by 3, it will become 30,000 rupees. Otherwise you can use the calculators also. Okay, calculator that hang martiri 1 lakh into 30% amount is equal to 30,000. So what is the profit after tax? The profit after tax will become 70,000. Very simple. ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 6 marks ಅಲ್ವಾ ಕೇಳೇ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, This year I am assuming that it may come for 12 mark. How they will mix balance sheet and P&L account both. Okay, so in that way it may come for 12 marks. Or ಏನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರು 10 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅದಾವು, 10 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋರಿ, ಅಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಗೊತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ ಅವರ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ 2 ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬುಕ್ 2. ಅಫಿಷಿಯಲಿ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಅಕೌಂಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. So in the next class what I am doing, I am starting with non-profit organization revision. Okay, yes, so we shall continue in the next class. Thank you.